But if my husband is loyal to me, loyalty not always based on activity. If he did something and I don't know about it, I don't want to know about it. Sometimes cheating actually helped the marriage.
But that's where that means that you don't have the true intimacy in a relationship.
That's not true, because men build different. Men build to sleep with multiple women. Women build to be with one man.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you saying that you want your man to cheat on you?
No, I don't want my man to cheat on me, but I'm saying sometimes a man can be with a woman that she's trash and come back home and appreciate what he's got at home. You understand? When a woman cheats,
Hang on.
Women cheat because...
Let's explore the Okay, listen, hang on. Because you have kind of a habit of going on some kind of long-winded diatribe. So I want to kind of nail some of this down, okay? So when you're talking about a specific situation where like a man can step out and realize he had something better at home, I agree. Like for the sake of argument, it logically makes sense to me that could happen in some cases, right?
Yeah.
But it also makes sense to me that that's doing something fucking horrible to your woman. You would agree with that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, you would recommend men don't do that, correct?
Of course I recommend not to do it, but I've seen, like for example, men in Dubai or Bedouins in the Middle East, that they have one woman or two women, and it's completely different when you hear in this life that you live in America that everything is either black or white. It's a lot of type of marriages. It's a lot of type of relationships. It's not one model and that's it. We go just by that. But I'm saying in general, when a man cheats, it's not like a woman cheat. If a woman cheats, she literally doesn't love her spouse. If a man cheats, he can have sex with a woman and forget about it the next day and go back to the woman he loved.
Do you know the reason why a man cheats?
Yeah, I mean, so I think I can see what you're saying here from a logical standpoint. So I do think that they have different natures, and that what you're saying here makes some sense. That men don't have the same emotional attachment that women do, and
that's
so
what
if women are stepping out, they're kind of showing the ultimate sign of I don't care about you. Whereas for a man, it could be purely physical.
Yeah.
Right. I get that.
Exactly like you said.
Yeah, I get that. But then, wouldn't that kind of move towards a model of a one-size-fits-all marriage? It should be one man, one woman. There should be some type of, I don't know, behavioral modifications which happen so that this does work?
Listen, in America, in most of the open countries, I mean free countries, yes. But I've seen models in the Middle East. Okay, I know women that marry to a guy that have 2 and 3 women, and they live perfectly fine. They don't have a problem with that. One of them taking care of the children, one of them having sex in this night, one in this night.
Because they don't have another choice.
It's not true.
Because there is no way to find another guy, so they just settle for accepting the circumstance.
I thought like that too, but it's not true.
Well, wait, that argument makes no sense, because if multiple women were attached to one guy, then wouldn't that create a surplus of women for the other men?
No, they have sisterhood.
I'm sorry, a surplus of men for the other women? It would create a surplus of men for the other women. So I don't understand how
I don't understand what you said.
Exactly.
Sorry, explain to me, because I really didn't understand what you meant.
Well, she was saying, well, look, it's because they have no other choice, right? They're limited by option.
Yeah.
But that can't really be true, that they're limited by option, because if multiple women are with one guy, right, then wouldn't that create a surplus of men for the remaining women to choose from? That's I don't understand.
Yeah, I was talking about the mentality in former Soviet Union, within Slavic republics and so on. The numbers did not match up starting from the World War II. There is more women in some areas than men to begin with.
Yes.
So like in some parts of Ukraine, there is like 3-4 women to one guy.
Also in Israel.
Okay, so it starts, same thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it starts that there is not enough males to begin with. And so men, they have their pick. Yeah, so women have no choice but to stick to the guy who is married to them no matter what he is doing, because they just know there is...
Okay, let me try this a different way. We'll make it super easy. You're on a desert island, there's 10 women and there's 10 men, okay? And 5 of the women pair off with one of the men, okay? Leaving 9 men and 5 women. Which group has more options with the other group?
Men. Obviously.
Yeah. Wait, what? Who said what? Who said men?
What? Oh, wait,
who said men would have more options with the other? Who said that?
Me. I'll own it. I don't
Everybody
care.
has equal options if they choose right for themselves and pair up
Everybody equally.
together. But you're saying
Yeah, I know,
there's
I
10
know, I know,
women
but-
and
but
10
let's try-
men,
hang on,
right?
Let's try this again. Let's try this again. There's 10 men and there's 10 women. And 5 of the women pair off with 1 man, leaving 9 men and 5 women. Which group has more options to choose from
The
than
women.
the other
Of
group?
course, the women.
Yes, the women. Yes, the women. So that's why I didn't understand your argument. It made
No,
no
I do
sense. I was like,
understand.
what are you talking about? That makes no sense.
Also, Andrew, if you put 1 man on an island with a few women, right? With 1 man, we can literally create a village. With 10 men, we can. If you put 1 woman, right? If you put 1 woman, it's completely different. Women build different. Women can have children. Men can inseminate. How do you say? Pregnate. Yeah, pregnate so many women. Men come to actually release their sperm. Sorry to say that on live. Put their sperm everywhere.
You're giving a lot of emphasis to this releasing of the sperm thing. A lot of body language on the whole releasing the sperm thing.
But it's like that. Physically,
A lot
listen.
of like they're
Physically.
really releasing it, right? Like they're setting it free. They're setting it free.
She swallowed at the same time.
Because I'll explain. Because men, when men have sex, you forget about it. When women have sex, they get attached more. It's different. Everything completely different for a woman and for a man. And women
Okay.
don't get that. That's what I mean.
Andrew, what is your opinion about monogamous relationship? Should it be 1 woman, 1 man, or should men
Yeah,
be...
it should. And the reason it should, and that should be something which is not only normalized and pushed, is not just from the perspective of Christian ethics, but from a perspective of stabilization of society. Society
Of
has
course.
never done better, ever, than no societies, in fact, do better than societies which have monogamous populations. Because what it does is it guarantees the underclass of men who traditionally have never been able to send their seed free, right? They've never been able to set their seed free. Let it go, right? They've never been able to do that traditionally. In monogamous societies, they can. And so what you would consider the underclass tends to stay a lot more happy. And you end up with a lot more genetic diversity, which I think ultimately is pretty good for the gene pool. We don't want to be too interrelated. That ends up leading to all sorts of different problems, right?
No, Andrew, I agree with you completely. But I've seen, I grew up in a country when you have Muslims, Christians, and Jews. And you see the Muslims live in a certain way, the Christian live in a certain way, and the Jewish live in a certain way. And I've seen in all 3 that some of them have happy family, happy marriage. And it's not my point of view. Like in my religion, you're not allowed to marry with 2, 3 women, right? But I've seen people who live like that and they're okay. So, everybody and their culture. I'm not judging.